See, as men, we are going through a whole lot of pressure. I can imagine. Trust me, I can imagine. Depending on where you are, I can imagine the pressure that would definitely be on you to succeed. Your family is depending on you to succeed. Your siblings, your friends, they are all depending on you to succeed. Probably if you've left your parents' house and then you're staying alone, it's not as easy as it would have been, But I want you to know that no matter what you're going through, keep on holding on, okay? Keep on holding on. The world and the generation is depending on you. See, as much as possible, when there are times where you feel like giving up, when you feel depressed, it's normal, okay? See, it is normal to feel like giving up, and it is normal to want to get into depression. See, it is normal to feel frustrated, trust me. Because you see, I've checked the statistics, and there's a large number of men who are committing suicide. And why? Because a whole lot of us are going through depression and we don't know how to handle it. That's okay. See, it's okay that you may not know how to solve the things around you. It's okay that you may not know how to navigate through life. It's okay to be confused at one point in your life. It's okay to be stopped. Okay? It's okay. It's okay to feel the pain. Some of us, listen to us right now, you might have probably gone through some emotional pain. Probably heartbreak or something. Probably you've tried looking for a girlfriend, you've tried entering a relationship, or we are trying to start a family and we just can't find the right woman for us. And you're kind of confused, you don't know what to do anymore. It's okay. Okay? Don't hard on yourself. It's perfectly okay not to know what to do. Are you with me? It's fine. It's fine to reach a point of your life where you're confused and you don't know what next to do. It's perfectly fine. See, that makes us human. That is what makes us human. To be able to be vulnerable. Embrace your vulnerability. Not everyone is a superhero. Embrace your vulnerability. Embrace the fact that you've gotten to a point in your life and you're stuck. Embrace the fact that you've gotten to a point in your life and you're confused and you don't know what to do. But hey, guess what? When you get to that point, when that happens, probably you are there already. The next immediate thing to do is to be depressed. It's normal. Like, when I mean it's normal, it has become a norm. That depression has become like the surest route, the surest escape, the default state when things are not going on. Yeah. But guess what? Because you feel depressed doesn't mean you should continue being depressed. See, because you feel depressed right now doesn't mean that things are not going to work out. It doesn't. See, because you feel depressed right now doesn't mean that you should give in to the pressure of compromise. Because you feel depressed right now doesn't mean that you should think of an escape route out of life. No. Suicide may not be the best option. In fact, suicide is not even the best option. Compromising your standards should not even be an option. Okay? It shouldn't. Because guess what? If you stay firm, if you hold on, if you keep believing, despite the odds that have been stacked against you, trust me, when you come out of that situation, when you come out of that depression, and you realize that every single thing around you has in a way fallen into place, you would be glad that you did not give up. Hey, guess what? Let me share a story with you what happened. So, a couple of days back, weeks, not even days, I received a letter to make a journey, to make a trip to a distant part of the state here in Nigeria. inevitable in me. I didn't want to make the trip. Like, I had to move from the south down to the north. It was a struggle. I really didn't want to make that trip. I was devastated. I was frustrated because I had already made plans. See, I had put things in place to ensure that I do not make that trip. I had put things in place to ensure that when the letter comes out, I will not even go as far as possible. I will still be within range. In fact, I will still be in my state. But it actually didn't turn out well. Guess what? I didn't know how I would make that trip. I didn't even know where the finances would come from to make the trip. When I passed the news on to my parents, everybody were sad. Everybody were upset. Nobody even wanted to talk about it. It wasn't even the topic of debate. It wasn't. Calls everywhere. Complaints everywhere. I just had to take myself out of the situation immediately. And I had to float. See, there's a strategy I've learned when things are not going well, and I call it floating. I call it floating. What do I do when I float? I take myself out of the situation and I forget about everything happening immediately, and I enjoy the moment. I make everything become still. It's a mental process for me. I just close my eyes and I enjoy the moment. I float. This is how I learned the concept. When you're swimming, you reach a point where you're not actually swimming against the wave, where you're not going down into the water, where you're not above the water. You just relax. Okay? You just relax, and you realize that when you're relaxing, you don't care. You don't care if you're sinking. Okay? If you sink, you're gonna hold your breath. You don't care if the water is holding your weight above. If it remains, so be it. You're just floating. Okay? Your weight may take you down into the water. You don't care. For light objects, when they are floating, they remain up there. For us, when we are floating, we don't care whether we are sinking or not. We are just there, enjoying that moment. So that's what I call floating. Irrespective of what is happening around me, I just float. Sometimes sleeping helps me float better. Sometimes eating helps me float better. Sometimes listening to a music, to a song, helps me float better. It helps me remain calm. It helps me remain peaceful. It helps me that after everything I can think clearly. Yeah. So I'm recommending for us, rather than entering depression. Because you see, when you're depressed, you start thinking about a whole lot of things. See, thinking and worrying will not change the situation. Are you with me? Thinking and worrying, in fact, adding complaints, it will not change the immediate situation. Find the best possible way to remain calm. Don't take things personal. You may feel like the world is against you. Hey, guess what? Even if the world is against you, today it will not make it the first day or the first time that the world would be against you. Right from when you entered this earth, everything has been stacked against you. Nothing is fair. Okay? Nothing is fair. For you to even make it to this point in life, it shows that you are winning. So why go into the option of giving up and committing suicide? You have won up to this extent. Keep on winning. Yeah. Keep on winning. Don't let anything stop you from grinding harder and harder and harder. You have won up to this point. It is possible for you to keep on winning. Don't give up. You've held every responsibility up to this point. Keep on holding up that responsibility. You've held on to every vision up to this point. You've executed your visions. Keep on catching more vision and executing it. guess what? I made that trip. Yeah. I don't know how finances came, but finances came and I made that trip. And guess what? This is the beautiful part of that story. When I made that trip, okay, let me explain the scenario for us. For some of us who may be in Nigeria, we may understand. After finishing university, that's college in Nigeria, we are being required to go on a 1-year service to serve our country. It's called National Youth Service, NYSC. Now, I was sent to the northern part of the country, okay, which, that's Sokoto, and that happens to be a very, very terrible zone. It's at the extreme of the country. There are a lot of news about killings, kidnappings, and the rest. So that those news alone brought in fear to me. See, I've recorded a podcast on fear. When I got into that situation, one of the things that helped me float also was going back and to think about and to listen to the podcast I did on fear. Yeah. So I made a trip to Sokoto. Yeah. I did, trust me. I eventually did after everything. It wasn't palatable at all. But the money came, the finances came, trust me. I don't know where the finances came from, but the finances definitely came. My parents weren't happy about it. My boss at the office wasn't happy about it. I wasn't happy about it, but I just saw myself making that trip. And the 3 weeks, or probably 21 days now, that I spent in Sokoto, the 21 days I spent in Sokoto, a whole lot of things happened that I do not regret going there. I don't regret going there. I don't. I participated in a debate competition and I came third. I became, now in the hostel where I was staying, I became the governor of the hostel. And every single guy there, they just glued to me. And I miss every single one of them right now, just in case you're hearing me or you're listening to me. I miss you guys, man. I miss you guys. You guys are the best. I don't regret making that trip because, going there, I made new friends and I made new brothers. I built a new relationship. And also, going there, there was an opportunity for a business grant competition.